Good morning in lovely Chiang Mai. I figured after all the important gates and walls and stuff like that I did last time, I'm now in Chiang Mai in early June, and I thought I'll have a little walk through the old town. We're inside the walls, so inside the rectangular fortified construction of the former Lan Na kingdom. And these are the smaller streets inside that rectangle. So let's go have a stroll. As Chiang Mai, or the north of Thailand, is very well known for their coffee culture, there are quite a number of coffee shops. Needless to say that not all are equal, and only very few will do drip coffee, and you're always also frowned upon if you prefer a hot coffee rather than an iced one. But that's the way of the lands, and we can only go with that. So here goes nothing. Hope you enjoy it. Breakfasts are being served. Coffees are being made. And as you can see, it's for people that have been here before, in Chiang Mai I mean, you will notice how unbelievably quiet it is now. I recall my first time in the city was around sorry, was approximately 2017. No, earlier. I think around 2014. And I was, having lived in the south of Thailand, I was flabbergasted by how enormously busy it was here. Which is obviously no longer the case at this moment, or at this particular point in time. I do hope they will receive more clientele once the rainy season has made way for the drier and cooler season again. We'll have to wait and see, with all the regulations that are currently being put back in place again, of visa length shortened by half, and the number of free visa allowances being reduced. Back in one of the broader streets in town. And obviously the streets are lined with tour agencies, travel counters, food stalls, fresh fruit shakes. Unfortunately, still a lot of cannabis shops, but I must say, at least for me, the annoying and horrible stench of the fumes has reduced tremendously. It's also no longer allowed to smoke it in the streets, which for people like me is a blessing. I can't stand cigarette smoke, let alone marijuana smoke. I'm gonna cross the road and see if I can find a walk towards the other side. Junction and traffic lights inside the historical Lana Kingdom's capital, one of them. As everywhere in Thailand, also Chiang Mai is heavily dotted with Buddhist temples, and what always surprises me is that in especially the north and the northeast of Thailand, you see so many churches, Christian churches as well. Now, I am a firm believer of no belief, so I'm happy everyone can live out their fantasies the way they like, and everyone tolerates each other. And we can live happily ever after. Beautiful big old trees still in town, which always makes it a lot more pleasant wandering the roads here. It's alright now, it's still morning, so it's relatively cool, around 28, 29 degrees centigrade. But come 11 o'clock or midday, the temperatures climb up into the 30s, 33, 35, and that makes strolling around town far more stressful. Bring enough water and you'll cope. Another pair of traffic lights. Let's see where we go now. Some Buddha worshipping going on. Not sure what this building is. Three Sisters. Oh, there's a lot of monks. Probably before one of the Queen's birthdays. Let's leave them to it. And head further on our quest. So what is the quest? For me, living close to one of the prominent coffee growing places in Laos, the Bolaven Plateau, I figured I'm gonna go and have a cuppa at one of the, according to reviews, most famous local roasters. Another beautiful gold-colored place of worship. With an old stupa behind it, covered in KTM colors. This is basically the view that you will have walking throughout the old town within the rectangular old shop houses filled with eateries and little mom and pop shops where you can buy your daily kitchen necessities. Also quite heavily Chinese orientated, but that keeps it alive, I would say. Sidewalks are easy, in general easy to walk on, relatively level and cleaned, well maintained. Another thing I forgot to mention is the gazillions of massage places that you find on the roads. In Chiang Mai, compared to what I've noticed the rest of Thailand, most of the ATM machines here are from the Siam Commercial Bank, or SCB, which suits me well. That is one of my providers. Now I need to pay attention because my coffee place is supposed to be around here somewhere. Let me have a look on the map. Oh, this is not hopefully the one that I'm looking for. The Chiang Mai Women Correctional Institute. No. Let me have a look on the map and get back to you. Okay. So Liberated Coffee, Liberated Seed Coffees have me wandering around. But the lady at the hotel said it should be around here, the back of their hotel. So let's hope for the best. You see coffee everywhere, but I particularly would like to have this one. All right, makes it a bit. Well, there's that coffee roaster. Would that be the one? Here we go. So let's go and have a liberated seed. coffee. Sawadee krap. Okay, work in process. Grinding still happens manually. Now let's see what it's going to be like. Okay, here we go. Water ingress. Baristas doing their best. Must say it's a nice presentation. Relatively heavy stone cup and holder. Yet they were not warmed up before, unfortunately. But let's give it a go. Okay, had my morning coffee and let's stroll back towards the other side of the rectangular city walls. Now that it's still nice and relatively cool. The coffee was quite okay. Obviously, you need to get used to any new brand that you try or new beans. The only critique, if you may say, that I had, and which I wrote down on my comment as well, is that although they have a beautiful presentation in stone holders, like a stone cup and a stone holder, they didn't heat up either of them. So the cup was completely cold in that aircon environment, and understandable as well, because the vast majority, local majority, will drink iced coffees, and so there is never any necessity to heat up anything. Yet, if you're a hot coffee drinker, it would be recommendable to heat up the cups prior to serving, I would say. Anyway, waffleage. It is what it is. And at 150 baht for a serving, it was not too bad. I recall in Pak Se, where we have all the Bolaven coffee beans from Pak Song and the high plateau, at, for example, a roaster and coffee grower called Rin Cafe, you'll pay roughly 100 baht for a specialty, a honey coffee. 100 baht or 70,000 kip, which is not too bad. If you're a coffee lover I can really recommend heading over the border if you're in Isan, cross into the Champasak province and come and taste some of the coffees from the Bolaven Plateau. Onwards. Lovely decorated local restaurant. Nicely done. And obviously during the wet season, or as they love to call it, the green season, it is especially remarkable how wonderful all the greenery, the trees, the foliage in the old town is. Keeps it all nice and cool. And shady. I'm gonna try to cross this junction safely. Probably the evening spot. Drinkers. I won't be able to show you this as I'm no longer a visitor of venues like beer bars and stuff like that. But it's very good to know that it's here. If you enjoy that, by all means. I'm gonna go walk outwards towards the one of the outer walls and cross into the other side of town and see if we can find another quality roaster coffee shop. See you in a bit. Outskirts of the rectangular, we're approaching the moat. And this, once upon a time, would have all been walled off, which is no longer the case. The ring road is a bit iffish to cross, especially if you're not abiding by the rules and try to cross outside of a zebra, which no one should do, obviously. Anyway, again here, the moat surrounding the old town, lined with lovely trees. And fountains. A pleasure. Anyway, we're on our way to another great roaster coffee shop. They call the Ministry of Roasting. It's comparable to where we just were, yet a little bigger, a little larger, and a little more staffed. Here's another coffee shop on the corner. Roadside coffee shop. Let's have a look. Brewing. I've asked here the other day, but they don't do any drip coffee, only machine stuff, which is fine. But this underscores again the vast majority of the clientele and local people here will consume mainly iced coffees, matchas, which is currently very, very popular. And so we'll pass that one by, and I'll show you the Ministry of Roasters. So we're inside the ministry, and we're gonna go have a look what they are producing now. I've ordered an Arabica that has ranked number 6 in the latest cupping competition. So let's give that a go.ชื่ออะไรครับ
ครับ
ชื่ออะไร
ชื่อ
ชื่อ
อ๋อโน้ตครับ
โน้ต
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 OTE ครับ
I meet Mr. Arm before.
ใช่ไหม I remember what is your name
Chris.
Chris
Yeah.
คุณคริสนะครับ Welcome to our shop ครับ
Okay, that was a nice coffee. Just walked out of the Ministry of Roasters. Still on the outside of the old city, on the opposite side of the moat. I'll be having a little stroll here, looking for some cafe, see if we can find some breakfast or brunch. Comfort Zone Hostel. Interesting workshop. Love these places. Anyway, that won't be something that would be on every tourist's shopping list. I have no idea where I'm going now, but it's another nice temple here, beautiful decorated. All right, let's have a look here. Quite interesting little place. สวัสดีครับ Okay, brunch done. Now let's get back to the inner walls of the old capital of Lan Na. I hope you have enjoyed this little morning stroll. As we can see, it's very, very quiet. Hardly any tourists around. And let's hope that'll change more sooner than later. Here's another beautiful little cafe, roadside cafe. Anyways, thank you for watching and see you next time. Ciao.